Welcome to episode number 248. Oh my God.
Robin and Dollar Breakfast. We're just gonna keep going like this until the end of time. La, la, la. I wanted to be you.
That was good.
I wanted to be you.
I like that.
It's the dream of dreams of days gone by.
Days of Thunder.
When's the last time you seen Les Miserables?
It's been a minute, but I did see a clip from New Girl yesterday that included Schmidt threatening to yell or scream sing all of Les Mis.
All of it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking...
He was on a plane, I think.
That's a lot of movie.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been years for sure.
I think the last time I saw it was in theaters, when we saw it in theaters.
No way.
Yeah. Haven't watched it since.
How long ago was that? Because that was for your birthday.
For my birthday. Whenever it came out, 2013, I want to say.
Holy bananas.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it since, I think. Mm-hmm. Dude, I was obsessed with it.
It was good.
I was so into it.
The music was good. The world was good.
I found
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Was good.
I found a game online. It's a fighting game.
Oh,
do you remember that?
I think you told me about it before.
You should stream it.
You
should totally find it.
Goofy.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great.
There's some wild fan games out there of just the most crazy. There's like a president's fighting game.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's one called Them Fighting Herds, and you play as ponies, like My Little Ponies, but they're not official ponies. They're like their own specific ponies.
So it's like it's not, but you know.
Right, you know.
Yeah, the Les Mis one, it was like a Street Fighter. It reminded me of like Street Fighter, like the third one. Street Fighter,
the third one. That's what they officially called it.
Wait, what was it? Third Strike?
I think it was Third Strike, yeah.
I was trying to... That's why I called it the third one.
Street Fighter, the third one.
Pretty sure it wasn't...
I wish they called it that.
Street Fighter, the first one. Street Fighter, the second one.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, the
third one.
If I ever make a trilogy of any sort, that's how I'm going to title it.
Also, it's funny that you say the third one. Why is it not just...
The third...
one? Like, where's the one come in? Like, the third one?
The third one of them.
One of them.
It's the third one of them.
The Third Reich.
Welcome to the Keep Up Podcast, where I'm Brett and Tim's Tim.
That's me!
And we talk about all the things we consume, be they media or food.
Or my body!
Oh, my body! Oh, wait, I did Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha and Krang are pretty similar.
They're almost the same person.
I feel like Krang's... What's the difference?
One's brain...
It's a little garbly, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's more throaty.
Yeah.
Alpha's like, oh, Rangers!
That sounds throaty to me.
But maybe it's phlegmy.
Okay.
Because he's like a brain creature.
Wow, my body! Wow,
He's like
turtles! He is.
They're the same character design anyways.
Is it the same voice actor?
No.
Oh. Who did Krang?
I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
I know in the 2000 oh shoot. I think I was talking on the side of the mic.
No!
I think in the 2012 animated series, it was actually Roseanne Barr.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it sound Roseanne-y?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but it worked.
Okay.
All the voice casting in that show is pretty solid.
Yeah, it seems like they would be weird. Because who did Leo? Didn't Leo have like Seth Green?
It was Seth Green and... No, it was Jason Biggs and then Seth Green.
Right.
I think... Yeah, Jason Biggs first. Or maybe it was Seth Green first.
I think it was Seth Green after, because that felt like a more weird transition.
Yeah, but they addressed it in the show, which was so cool. They made it a plot line why his voice changed.
See, that's clever.
It's so good. That show's amazing.
I wonder what leads to making an episode like that. Like, I wonder if they have like a full episode or like a season planned out. And then they're like, oh, we got to change voice actors. Let's make an episode about why he sounds different. Because Gumball also did that.
Really?
The Amazing World of Gumball. Because both, I think Darwin and Gumball, I think either their voice actors like hit puberty or they got new voice actors because they hit puberty, so they still needed young kids.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because their voices changed. And that's happened to a couple kids in cartoons, but sometimes they keep it. Like Finn from Adventure Time,
Yeah.
his voice matured because it was a kid, and then obviously
No
he
way.
hit puberty, so his voice.
I didn't know that. I
changed.
still haven't watched Adventure Time.
Yeah, I've watched it like sporadically, but
Yeah.
never all the way through.
I've heard it's a must see.
It's really good. There's some really out there concepts,
Yeah.
which kind of make the episodes feel nonsensical.
Yeah.
But there is like some strong continuity and like really cool characters and stuff. But
Interesting.
there is a level of goofiness that almost feels like too much because you want to know more about the history of everything. So,
Okay.
but it's one I do want to dive into.
Yeah.
Speaking of diving into,
Yeah.
boy, do I have a story for you.
Yeah. What is it?
So yesterday, we're just gonna start where there's no subject, there's no category for this.
No.
This is just life.
We're in intro land. Why did everything just shake?
I hit my elbow off.
Oh,
the
you did
table.
that?
Yeah, Brett. The people listening don't know. Okay, so
what?
about the shaking.
I was just asking why.
You ruined the curtain. The curtain was molded to look
What's the
like
curtain?
a
Oh.
podcast.
Yeah, in your Oz.
And my,
I just revealed. That.
you pulled back the curtain that we are
did.
currently live on twitch.com, twitch.tv,
Yep.
every Thursday night until it changes to Wednesday, which at some point we're going to do that,
Yeah.
I
At
think.
some point, it's soon.
At some point. But yeah, Thursday nights on Twitch at
Yeah.
Collection Revolution.
Sorry, I forgot to do all this stuff.
No, you did. You're good. Brett is living in constant perpetual tiredness.
I didn't.
I'm scared for his health. This poor guy can't sleep.
Yeah.
It's like some days seem better than others, but
Yeah. Today was particularly strange. I woke up. I only slept till 2:30, and then I kept trying to go back to sleep, and then at like 3:15, I was like, I'm just gonna go to work and start early. So I
so
started.
this is you like getting out of work early?
No, I got out of work at like 12:30 today,
Oh.
and then because I started at 4, I was on the
Okay.
road at 4, and then I got back 12:30, and I was like, I'll just try to lie down. And so I actually fell asleep, but I'm not like a nap person. It
Yeah.
really messes with me.
Naps, I feel like, do not, for the life
Dude.
of me, feel good.
I woke up and like I fell asleep for like 3 hours, which is as long as I have like tendonitis. I've mentioned it in like every episode, and I just can't get to a doctor. So I got to or I can. What am I talking about, dude?
You're the drunk one.
I'm trying to explain why I can't sleep. I have this thing that I need to see a doctor and get
Yeah.
fixed, but I've been to 3 doctors and it's just a whole thing.
Right, and this is due to you starting working and,
Yeah.
and having really long days using your hands for a very long time.
Right. And I guess the driving too, I don't know.
Yeah.
but I haven't slept through the night in a month and a half. And yeah, today was the worst because I woke up, like I said, I was on the road at 4. I got back at 12:30, which was cool.
Yeah, that feels like a short day.
Well, it's just because I started so early, though. It was still 8.5 hours.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, but I don't mind starting early. It's just that I didn't sleep last night. So I actually started to feel kind of tired, which I haven't lately. Like I do, but I'm fine.
It's one of those things where your body gets kind of used to
Yeah.
it, and like you don't notice it's bad for you until it starts
Yeah.
being real bad.
Right. And today I started to feel it. Like I was yawning at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
But again, you were up at 4, so it's like it kind of works out.
I was
that
up
way.
at 3.
Oh yeah, at 3.
So yeah, and then so I did fall asleep, but then I woke up because 3 hours is basically when my hands start hurting like a lot.
Yeah.
So I wake up and it just felt like I was hungry. I was like, it was like 4.
Yeah.
And I was just waking up. I was like, where am I?
what
And I
is
just feel
this?
so messed up.
Yeah.
Like
Naps, I can't do naps unless I have like a headache. That's
Yeah,
that's
right.
my time travel to get rid of the headache. But otherwise, I just feel like gross.
it's mostly because I knew I needed to leave too. Like
oh right, because you had the podcast.
yeah, so I'm like, all right, I have time to rest for a little bit, but it's weird. It just literally felt like I was starting my day over.
Yeah.
So very, very strange. But anyways, why did I tell that story? Oh, you were saying that I'm sleepy.
Yeah, perpetually
That's what's
sleepy.
going on. So I'm fine, but
Yeah.
my brain's a little twisted up right now.
So if you're, don't feel bad about being low energy because you literally
Dude.
don't get sleep.
No, dude, I have so much energy.
So much.
Um,
I do want to point out, someone in chat, Tao, she says, I feel dumb, but I'm going to ask this. Are you guys brothers?
oh, I don't know, actually.
I don't know. We were born and we're just kind of stuck together.
Yeah.
But not like
We weren't born stuck together.
but we're just stuck. That's an interesting question. Only because I don't know if we give off brother vibes.
This is the longest we've taken to answer this question, I think, ever.
Yes, we are brothers. But it's funny, like I don't know if people see us and they're like, oh, those guys are totally brothers.
We should, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think so.
Yeah. I
But-
think we do brotherly things.
I think starting now,
Yeah.
every time someone asks us,
Yeah.
one of us leads the way and makes up a different origin story.
I like that.
And be like, we met at summer camp for Chinese food addicts.
China, yeah, and we just couldn't stop. We couldn't stop eating the Chinese food. I was addicted to lo mein,
Right.
and he was addicted to fried rice.
And we both, like, what we were doing is carving out the bedposts to stuff noodles and rice in there. It's just a plot of heavyweights, but like the Chinese
But
food.
with Chinese,
We pick a different movie to make it the plot of.
we
every
should,
time someone
but make it not sound like the movie, like enough where people would believe it.
And then our camp counselor was Ben Stiller.
Uh-huh.
Not as anyone, just
It was just him.
that's what he was doing.
He wasn't very popular at the time, so he needed a job. Oh,
That's funny.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
It's a fair question. Because our noses looked similar.
Our
Do
noses.
we have similar noses? Let me look. Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess a little bit.
I can't see my nose. Oh, I can.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a video.
So it must be mom's nose.
I feel like mine looks exactly like my dad's. That's why I was curious.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know anything about noses.
I don't know. I can't even smell. My nose is broken.
It doesn't work?
Speaking of broken noses.
Yeah, what happened yesterday?
So yesterday, we were working on the ice cream truck.
Right before we started recording, Tim goes, "Did mom tell you what happened yesterday?"
Did mom tell you? It's a story.
And that's all the information I have.
Yes. So we were working all day on the ice cream truck yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like, I think we stopped at like 7:30 or something p.m. And not that it has anything to do with the story, but
Well, I like to set the scene.
yeah, exactly.
I
It's
like
like
that.
it's not dark yet, but it's becoming dark.
Yeah.
So we were just cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
And so the place we were at had a dumpster out back. So we were just going to drop off all the ice cream boxes we had. I thought I was hi.
I just felt like I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, this is the front right here.
That's the front.
That's the front.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Sounds great.
But this is you made me do this.
No, I didn't. I could see your words.
What words? This is anyways, there's no rules.
Trying to fix Tim's mic.
Yeah.
I tried to be discreet about it, but I
No.
distracted him.
Well, I'm the one who said something.
Dude, you listen to 10 hours of lo-fi video game beats?
Every day. 10 hours at least. It's like people take vitamins.
Yeah.
I listen to 10 hours of lo-fi beats.
That's probably better, actually.
Yeah.
Who knows what's in vitamins?
I don't know. I've never had a vitamin. Anyway, except for Flintstones, but those are just a snack.
That's a snack.
Those are just for fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the end of the night where we're throwing out a bunch of boxes. We go to this dumpster. So mom pulls over, and we have two doors on the ice cream truck,
Right.
as all cars do. And usually we go out the right door, but the door's been kind of funky.
Okay.
So we went out her side, the driver's
Those
door.
doors do that.
Yeah, they
They're
kind
like
of just
latch doors.
yeah,
They get weird.
They get stuck. They're weird. So we're like, okay, we'll just go out the left door because it's easier, and it's closer to the dumpster. All things that make sense.
Right.
So mom steps out of the truck, and so what she does is one leg at a time. So she like holds onto the sides, go backwards, and steps down.
Okay.
So
Like you're descending a ladder.
yeah, essentially that's how she gets out. So she steps and she goes, ow. And earlier in the day, she told me that her ankle was really killing her. And so I thought she just hurt her ankle. And
Sure.
and she was like, ow. And I was like, you okay? And she like started like writhing in agonizing pain, like really, really bad. And I'm like, is your ankle like blowing up? And she's like, there's something inside. I'm like, what do you mean inside? So I go out the truck. Her foot on the bottom essentially gets impaled by this flat metal coat hanger. Went right through her croc, right through, not all the way through her foot, but
What?
equate it to stepping on a nail.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Oh my gosh.
So this rusty metal coat hanger right through her foot. And she's sitting there like it was like childbirth pain. She is just in so much pain. So I don't know what to do. I'm like, do I pull it out? Do
Right.
I call I don't even know what I do.
The authority.
Yeah, who do I call? So luckily in situations like this, I stay relatively calm.
Right.
I do a good job with not freaking out.
Yeah.
So I asked her, should I pull it out? And she said, no, don't pull it out. And I'm like, okay. So she tries to move it and she just can't. And this pull, the chunk that's in her is probably like, maybe like an inch or two. Like it's not like crazy, but definitely like, I mean, it's deep in her foot.
Yeah.
Like it's far. And so I don't know what to do. So I call our sister Bailey, and I was like, hey, so mom just stepped on this like metal pipe and she can't move. She like obviously couldn't drive or anything. So I'm like, hey, come over and come help, because I don't know what to do. So mom starts trying to pull it out of her foot, and she can't. She just like can't bend down right enough. So she asked me to pull it out. And so I do, but it doesn't come out smoothly. I have to twist it back and forth.
Oh
to pull
my
it out.
gosh, dude!
And I'll tell you, man, I felt every little like vein and chunk. It felt like how you like. Have you ever stabbed chicken before?
Yeah.
Or like any kind of meat that's like veiny.
Sure.
That's what it felt like.
Hey, man, I hate that.
You could feel it coming through the metal as I was twisting it back and forth to pull it out of her foot.
How was it actually like a coat hanger? Or
So yeah, it was an unfolded coat hanger. We have a picture of it.
where was it?
It was right in front of the dumpster. And let me tell you, the statistical probability of her stepping on that, literally in the entire parking lot.
Yeah.
The only piece of trash that was not inside. Also, I don't know how she was able to get it in her foot, because it's a metal coat hanger, so it must always have to fall on its side. Even that corner bent up, it would still have to tip over, right?
And wouldn't you crush it? I mean,
Right,
because
because
it's wire coat hanger.
it's
on the
a
planet?
flat end too. Like, not, she didn't stab herself. It was like a flat, like imagine a butter knife being stabbed in your leg. You know,
Yeah.
like it was dull, very dull.
Wow.
So it must have been painful, because she could not. So we only got one picture of it, and so that was what was in her, like
Is that much of it?
the
was in her
corner.
foot?
Yeah. So I mean, that's what would you call that? 2 inches?
I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
To me.
So we
like
only got the
2
one
inches.
picture because I just didn't know what to do. So mom was like,
"Is she okay today?"
so yeah, so we got it.
She's not here, so
I don't know if she was feeling bad.
did she make it?
She should be home.
Oh, great. Now we just don't know where she is.
It was there. Oh, I don't think we have the cars back. There was no cars out there.
No.
Okay. So we might not have the cars back yet. But yeah, so we got it
I don't even know what that
disinfected.
means.
We they're in the shop. So Bailey has one, and then the other one's in the shop.
Oh, okay.
So she could have been upstairs sleeping,
Oh.
potentially.
Should we
Anyway.
check on her. Like.
So yeah, that's the thing. So she did get her tetanus shots recently.
Okay.
Within the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
And we got it disinfected. We got all that fun stuff. So yeah, we're just I assume she's good.
Did it bleed much?
It wasn't too bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's like the equivalent of stepping on like a rusty nail or something. But I imagine that long in your foot, because it felt like trying to pull it out. It was
Dude, it
like,
must feel like forever.
yeah, it felt like forever.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know what kind of damage it did on the inside or anything, but we're keeping our eyes open just in case she like gets infected or something from it. But yeah, that was gross.
That's brutal.
Yeah, and I feel so bad. She doesn't deserve that. She's like,
No, I know.
she literally she just has the worst luck ever.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so she was on it today. I mean, we had an ice cream event from 9 to like 2:30.
Yeah.
The car auction we go to.
Okay.
And yeah, she was on it all day. I mean, I told her to go sitting down. I got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she is, to my knowledge, she's good. She seemed good today.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, but that was something to deal with.
Yeah, that's what a situation.
Yeah.
And it was like the end of the day.
Yep,
Everything's all done.
we were gonna go out to dinner.
Yeah.
We were all ready to be done, but yeah. So if anybody ever gets impaled, let me know. I can pull it out.
Tim's got experience.
I'm a pro.
Wait, did
now.
Bailey help?
So Bailey ended up coming to the house because we called her after, and I was like, so I pulled it out, and mom says she can drive. And mom, she's like, I'm gonna go out to dinner still. Like,
Yeah.
She was like, I'm all good.
Was Bailey like, don't breathe?
Yeah,
Everything bad will happen.
He's like, go to the hospital right now. So we ended up coming back to the house getting food, and Bailey did the whole leg cleaning thing or foot cleaning thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it was something.
That is an event.
I don't know if it was a fun time, but it was a time.
It's a story.
It's a story.
Hell of a story.
Yep. So
yeah, I got nervous you were gonna say like her ankle or her knee like dislocated or something.
yeah, something. I mean,
I'm glad she was only impaled by a rusty
that's
garbage.
yeah, rusty
way better.
garbage. That's
Yeah.
much, It's,
Yeah.
we all
Best
get
case scenario, honestly.
right.
If someone goes, ow, you hope it's just rusty garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
You know, like-
anytime my kids are like, Dad, I'm like, I hope it's just rusty
I
garbage.
hope they just fell in a pile of
this
rusty
is anything,
nails.
yeah, pile of it.
A pile of
If
rusty
this
needles.
is anything other than tripping into a garbage can full of rusty garbage,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a lot.
This is gonna be a bad time.
But if it's just that,
yeah,
it's fine.
you know, best case scenario.
Best case.
But it was funny that she told me her ankle specifically was hurting, so that's what I thought happened. I was
Right.
like, uh-oh. And then she said she got stabbed in the leg. I'm like, huh?
You were like, whew, good.
It's-
I wish that was your response. You're like, is your ankle hurting? No, I stepped on rusty garbage. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
All right.
phew.
Where do you want to go to eat?
Yeah, I'm still hungry. You're driving.
Well, thanks for rescuing our mom.
Hey, you know,
I'm glad you were there to take care of her.
I'm glad to help for now.
For now. Limited time offer.
Everyone gets one, as Spider-Man says.
Oh, good to know.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
Yeah?
I think we go right into movies.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, greatest transition ever.
That's pretty good.
Yes, Tao and Susie, I'm sorry to regale you with such a terrifying tale. Regale. But yes, she is okay. Her foot was looking okay. She was walking on most of the day. Patsy, welcome in. Thanks for your heavy breathing, Cat. How heavy are you breathing? On a scale of 1 to 10, are you like Brett when he sleeps, or are you like the sound of a lawnmower?
I guess I kind of started snoring recently.
You've snored before.
So this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I guess I started finding out that I snore sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Because Jazz said I snore. Rach says sometimes. Anyways.
That was a great story, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if I snore. I don't think I do, but is she protected? Yes. So she got her shots for tetanitis, or tetanus, not tetanitis. What the hell? I gotta go to bed.
Tetanitis.
Tetanitis for tetanus. Like, yeah, as recently as like 3 years ago, I think. So I think she should still go get checked out. But I guess there are signs to tell, like, if it's infected or if anything's bad like that around the foot.
Yeah, she'd
so.
know, I think.
Yes, she is a nurse, so I guess that kind of makes her knowledgeable on it. But also, you're your own
guess.
worst nurse, as they say.
Yes.
Because you think you can do way more, like, as a nurse than a doctor could do. But,
Interesting.
yeah.
So you're saying nurses are trash.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I've seen
yeah.
worse. I've seen worse.
Yeah,
I'll take care. When you take care of yourself, nurses are great on other people, but taking care of themselves,
I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about Spider-Man in a second.
Yeah.
Are we spoiling? No.
I mean, we don't usually.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a big deal. That's why. But I don't want to. No spoils. I can talk without spoils.
I believe in you.
Okay. We're
You
going
ready?
into we're going into movies.
All right.
Oh boy.
Did you end up seeing like all the movies or just one?
Dude, every movie ever made.
Tim hit me up and was like, I'm going to the movies. I'm going to see 3 movies in a row.
Yep.
And then I got a text that said that movie changed my life. And I was like, what movie are you talking about?
You watched 3, you fool.
But did you watch or just...
I saw 2 movies.
You saw 2?
So my plan was I had this awesome grand plan.
Yeah, it was
I'm
very
like, you
grand.
know what? Everyone I know has seen Guardians.
Yes.
So I got no one to go with. I'm just going to go by myself. And Spider-Man just recently came out.
Yeah, it did.
I was like, okay, I'm already in the theater. Guardians ends and gives me about, I think it was like 45 minutes till the Spider-Man movie.
Oh.
So that would give me plenty of time because the theater doesn't have reserved seats.
Right.
So I wanted to get the best seat because it was new.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll have plenty of time to get a good seat
Sure.
and catch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, Fast X happens to start at the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I could catch that too because I'm a sucker for those movies.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, oh, we got a plan here.
Yeah, that's a plan.
So that was my plan, to catch 3 movies in one day. Solo at all, by the way. I wanted
Yeah.
to just do it by myself.
Sure.
'cause, again, everyone I knew had plans or going to see it or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'll just see it myself.
Yeah.
So, Guardians, I didn't get to see.
Bummer.
My sister was going, our sister, not just mine, our sister was going to get ice cream for the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And the plan was that she would leave early in the morning and be back in time because mom was just going to drop me off in the ice cream truck.
Sure.
And I would be there all day.
However,
Turns out Bailey did not get the ice cream. She didn't leave until 11. And the place she has to go is about an hour away.
ugh.
So Guardians started at 1:15.
Yeah, you're not making that.
Bailey didn't show up till 2.
Yikers.
So, and we're 15 minutes from the theater. So I was like, okay, if she makes it by 1:30,
Yeah.
I would potentially miss like 10 minutes, which I know.
No.
I know. Skip the whole movie if
The
you
whole
miss.
movie.
Yeah, because trailers go on for like 15 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was 30 minutes when I saw Spider-Man on Saturday.
Yeah. So, but with older movies, sometimes they do less trailers.
Sure.
So I didn't know what the time frame was, so I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Instead, what I did, I switched plans and I just saw Spider-Man. Well, no, I got there. So I saw Spider-Man at 3. What time did you see it? 4, right?
No.
You didn't see it at. I didn't get there for 3. Maybe I saw it at 2, 2:30.
Ours was 3 o'clock.
Yours was 3 o'clock because we didn't see the same one. But I know I didn't get there till 2 something. Why would I not just wait for the 3 o'clock to see with you guys?
Was there an earlier one?
There must have been.
You said you were right because you said you were gonna go later.
Yeah, it was
Were we in the
Guardians.
same theater? Because that would be hilarious.
No, I don't think we were.
There's no way we would have missed each other.
No,
That theater's
no, because I knew you were seeing it because I asked you because we were going to the same theater. No, I must have caught like a 2:30 one or something.
Yeah.
Because I was still, or no way, I waited an hour.
Wait, let me see.
Yeah.
How soon after you got out of the theater did you text me?
I don't remember, to be honest.
You texted me at 7:30 that night.
Yeah, and that's when Fast X started.
Oh,
So I must have been there.
that's when it started.
That was like during trailers, I think. So I must have saw like the 4
Wait,
o'clock.
did you just
Spider-Man.
hang out there for like 3 hours?
No. I got there, got the tickets for Spider-Man.
Are you sure you didn't go to the 4?
Maybe I went to the 4. Oh, that's what happened. Yes, I did go to the 4 because Mom had an ice cream event initially at 2, but they were like, "Oh, just come at 4 now."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," so she can drop me off at 3:15 or whatever and go to the place. That's what
Yeah.
happened. Because why wouldn't I go there?
Yeah.
Anyways, all that to say, I didn't see Guardians. I did get to see Spider-Man.
Yes.
And then I did get to see Fast X.
Cool.
And we're gonna talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Across the
the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
The sequel to Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
This movie taught me something.
Yes. What?
People
Yeah.
are dumb.
Oh, did you have a bad theater experience?
Great theater experience.
Oh, okay.
I just was looking up some reviews afterwards because
Yeah.
I was looking up some articles. I was specifically looking for a list of this will be spoiler free here.
Yep.
But a list of cameos because it is a Spider-Verse movie.
Yes.
There's a multitude
A
of
multitude.
universes represented here, and some of them that I saw were either like peripheral or some of them had like big moments, and I wanted to see if there was a list out there, and of course there is.
Of course.
So that was so cool. But I came across some reviews,
Mhm.
and I saw some negative reviews, and it's just one of those things where I remember like, oh yeah, everything is gonna have haters,
Yeah.
and I say people are dumb because this movie is like a 10.
Yeah.
It's-
Easily
It's so good.
like one of the easiest 10s I could give. And I've talked about giving 10s before and
Yeah.
how I only reserve it for the best of the best.
I feel pretty confident that when the third installment comes out, this
Yeah.
trilogy will be one of the best trilogies. I mean, maybe just one of the best trilogies. Like
Yeah.
easily one of the best comic book based trilogies.
Yes.
Because if the third one is even half as strong
Mhm.
as the first two, it's just
Yeah, which why wouldn't it be? I mean, the team
yeah.
they have working on it is like clearly the best in the business.
Yeah.
I could not like describe to you the things I felt watching this movie.
yeah,
Like the theater experience was incredible.
yeah.
Like this would be one that if I saw at home, I would really enjoy, but I feel like I would absolutely miss out if I didn't see it in the theater.
Yes, I do highly recommend the theater as well. The other thing, or the only thing I will say about it
Mhm.
that I thought was interesting, did you have trouble hearing it in the first like 10, 15 minutes?
A lot of people said there was some audio issues that people like couldn't hear it.
Yeah, there's like a bad mix in the prologue.
I didn't notice it. I was
didn't.
looking for it because I was aware going into it. I struggled to hear Spider-Punk a lot. I couldn't understand a word.
Hear
he was-
or understand?
a bull. Well,
Okay.
more understand than anything.
Because
but
I had a hard time with that.
I don't know a line he said in that movie.
It was just the craziest Cockney
It
accent
really was.
in the history of accents.
But I felt like it was quiet too. There were times where he was talking and there was a lot going on and I just couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
Because I was already struggling to understand it,
Mhm.
let alone being able to hear it. But
Sure, yeah.
but yeah, no, I didn't notice anything.
So Rach and I thought it was the theater.
Yeah.
We could barely hear
Really?
the narration, which is Gwen at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And it was very, very difficult to hear. And then there were some like even jokes during the prologue where you could tell because everything got quiet and
Yeah.
someone said something and I literally had no idea what they said.
Jeez. Yeah,
So-
because they were going around saying that like they wanted theaters to play it at a certain volume.
Yeah.
The directors did.
Really?
Yeah, they said they want to play it at like 7, like to volume 7. They were giving out stickers to put on the reels for people to know that that's the correct volume.
Oh, I didn't hear about any of that.
Because yeah, I guess it was really that big of a deal
Interesting.
that people couldn't hear it. But my theater was good. What theater did you go? I know you went. We won't say the location. But
Back Hall 9.
okay, 9. Okay, because I think I was in 10.
Okay.
But they're both new theaters. Like those are both
Yeah.
the like big loud ones. So
That theater's not the greatest, huh?
no. I mean, just a side note. When I walked in there and got my tickets, I just walked around and I could have walked into any theater.
Easily.
You could. So I bought my tickets, but I could have easily just bought it for Guardians.
Yeah.
And been there the whole day and seen everything.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, because they just don't care.
No, and the place looks closed.
It
Like, you
does.
go inside and it's like, are there any lights on?
Is there any?
When we got there,
The popcorn machine was broken.
yeah, dude, we got there. It's 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Rachel's like, "There's no popcorn in that machine.
There's nothing.
Because this theater, the machines are right at the counter, always full of popcorn.
Yep.
Not today. Rachel's like, if we get up there and there's no popcorn, I'm gonna be so mad because we were talking about it all day. We had my
You
niece and
love
nephew were with
The
us.
popcorn.
Yeah, so we were like, it was this whole event we were doing with the kids and our niece
Yep.
and nephew, and all of a sudden some kid walks in with like, I mean, duffel bags full of popcorn. I don't know where they came from.
Yep.
But he just came in and the popcorn was okay.
Oh, you got some?
You didn't get any?
No,
You didn't get any?
I didn't get any.
Dude, they went and bought some or something.
Oh.
And they put it
Yeah.
in the machine.
Did you ask what happened?
I didn't.
They said they were missing a part. That something broke and they were waiting for a part to come in. So when I went
That's
there,
trash.
yeah, when I went there, they were telling people there was no popcorn.
Wow.
So I didn't get any because I was like, okay, whatever. But then in the Fast and the Furious, people had popcorn. So
we did
then I was
too.
like, they must have fixed it.
Shoot.
But they brought in bags.
Yeah, they brought
That's
bags
so
in,
funny.
like those massive, like I don't even know why I know, like where I've seen these bags before.
Yeah.
But they're the giant, like clear trash.
The one everyone's seen, like at a
Literally,
carnival.
dude. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I literally watched this kid walk in with trash bags full of popcorn, having no idea where it came from, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll take 3 larges."
Let me just I'll take all your popcorn.
Dude, it was so mediocre. So yeah, that theater's kind of trash.
Yeah. But it's cheap, I will say.
It is cheap. That's the
The
thing.
tickets were like between $5 and $8,
Dude.
which if you go to any of the other theaters, they're
Yeah.
like 13 or 14.
So, dude,
Yes.
this blew my mind. We're gonna get back to Spider-Man in just a second. When we went to see Guardians, it
Yeah.
was me, Rach, and the 2 kids.
Yes.
I'll tell you what we got. So we each got a ticket, obviously.
Yeah. At this theater that you just
Nope,
went
this
to?
was a different theater. This was Apple Cinemas.
Okay.
Okay. So we got 1 large popcorn, 1 large drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Yeah, 1 large drink, 1 box of candy.
Yep.
And a slushie. How much do you think that was? 4 tickets.
4 tickets.
Slushie, large drink,
Yeah.
large popcorn, 1 little box of movie candy.
You gotta be shooting. So the tickets probably put you in the 30 or 40 range.
Mm-hmm.
If each ticket was $10, let's say, so that puts you in 40. Dude, there's no way you spent $100.
No, it wasn't 100.
Yeah.
But it was way closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, because I mean you're already at 40 for the tickets.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you gotta be like 60, like 68 or something.
$78.
Oh my god! 10 more!
$78. I was like,
Huh?
they said it, and I was like, wait, what?
Where does that math come in?
Dude.
The popcorn.
So the popcorn wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You know what hit us super hard? So the slush,
Yeah.
they charged us $8 for,
Woo!
which it's just a cup.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I know it's slush, but like $8.
You could get it with any. You could get like a small drink and put slush in it.
Totally.
They won't
I do
stop
that all the
you.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the candy, which, you know, it's just a little box that you get for like, you get them for 99 cents at Walmart.
Yeah.
That's what they charge for that.
Oh my god, it must have been like $6.
It was 4.
Still.
It's 4, and there's like
Oh.
what 8 snow caps?
Yeah,
in
there
there?
really is.
Dude, it's so bad.
A lot of people go to the dollar store before
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the move. But we were there, and Rach couldn't eat popcorn because she had just gotten her wisdom teeth out. So
Oh.
she's like, I'll just grab like some candy.
Yeah.
And,
Candy better than popcorn?
whatever she got was. I forget what it was, but
I hope it wasn't like licorice or
Yeah,
something.
no, it wasn't like Mike and Ike's or anything.
Oh.
So back to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
If for some reason you're unfamiliar with this movie, which I don't see how that's possible because it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
It is the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, which all focuses on Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, and it's a multiversal Spider-Man story. When did Into the Spider-Verse come out?
Gotta be 2018 seems like the number.
Sounds right to me. This one is we knew going into it that this was essentially a part 1.
Which I guess a lot of people didn't know. People were super like not happy about the ending because it's like, you know, it leaves off into part 2.
Yeah.
And that's
That's a little spoilery, Tim. You better be careful
is
over
it?
here.
I'm sorry.
You're talking about
But we know it's 2 parts.
I know.
It leaves you.
Yeah.
But yes, I was surprised because going in I knew it was a 2-parter.
Yeah, I've known. I feel like when they announced it, actually, didn't early trailers call it Across the Spider-Verse Part 1?
Part 1, yeah. It's not officially the title anymore,
No,
but
it's
when
not.
it originally came out, it was.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we've just kept up to date with it. So I went in with that knowledge, and that's not
Yeah,
really
2018,
spoilery, but
sorry.
oh, good call. But yeah, there are some things left unresolved, and it's that part didn't like throw me. I couldn't believe how much happened in this movie.
Yeah, so it being 2 hours and 20 minutes, you feel it. Like,
Yeah.
both, I wouldn't say necessarily bad, but there's definitely a point where I'm like, man, this is long.
Really?
Like, this is, but not bad or boring.
Sure.
But I just felt the 2 hour length.
Yeah, I think for me, and this is, I'll just be repeating what I just said, but in light of that, like
Yeah.
saying that, like you feel it, there was a point where I was like, I cannot believe how much stuff has happened in this movie.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking back to like, wow, I barely remember the intro.
Yep.
And now we're going into like, it feels like the 5th act.
It
of
really,
this movie.
yeah, that's the thing.
It's just crazy. There's
Yeah.
so many cool dynamics and things that happen, introductions of characters, and it just keeps going and building on itself.
This movie makes you feel like Spider-Man watching it because of the speed. Like,
Yes, right.
like how the movie moves,
Yeah.
I imagine is how Spider-Man thinks and sees.
That's an interesting point.
Because it is fast.
That's really cool. It does feel that way. And it is fast. Actually, I will say there were 1 or 2 moments where I was like, I felt like an edit was too quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, either I couldn't finish reading something on screen, which I'm just learning to read now, so that could be part of it. But, that, or there was like a quick cut to someone's face, and it cut so abruptly after that.
Yep.
And I was just like, I know it's a fast-moving, like it's a fast-paced movie for sure, but yeah, there were a couple moments where I was like, that might have been a little too quick. And one of the, I know this doesn't really count, but one of the negative reviews I read was this woman just say, she literally was like, I've never left a review before. It leaves a 1-star review. But I had a headache after this movie. And she was basically saying like the lights and just the speed.
It is.
of
I mean,
crazy.
the
And
color
it is.
lights, yeah.
It's nuts.
But it feels like a spectacle. Like
it does.
you
yeah,
would, you know how
100%.
you do like the star shows at the museum or something like that,
Yeah.
where all the lights go in different shapes.
Oh, like
and
the
stuff.
planetarium?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That's what it feels
Yeah.
like this movie was.
Right, yeah.
Well, you know, equivalent to Avatar, but
Yeah.
you know, a much crazier. Do I want to say better story? Probably.
I would
Better
want to
story,
say that,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like it was a visual feast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Visually, it's incredible. The animation is next level. The writing and the comedy is just as clutch as the first one. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to if you haven't seen the first one. I guess like your best MCU comedic moments.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I'm talking to Marvel fans, but yeah, just as like a family of adventure
Yep.
too, like to take the whole family to is awesome. But I would also absolutely go see it on my own and just be like surrounded by the colors and the sounds. And
That's the thing. This movie has something for everyone.
Yeah.
For kids, for adults. And I mean, I felt like I don't even know if it's like acting per se, but just how the characters were written and talked, like it felt so real and so relatable, and
yeah.
like how all the like more slowed down interactions.
Yeah, almost oddly grounded for a multiversal movie about spider people.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, man, this is like some of the most dramatic storytelling I've seen
Right.
in anything.
And it was. I mean, that's the other thing I'll say about the story is there are moments where I'm like, yeah, I guess they were hinting at something like this happening, some sort of twist or a change in the narrative, but I still kind of wasn't expecting it. I was so
Yes.
lost in the action of every moment that when a major story beat would take place, I'd be like, oh shoot, I wasn't even thinking about where the story was going in a way. Like
Yeah.
obviously I was following, I shouldn't say obviously because some movies you can't follow, but I was with it and I was like just going step by step. And I guess that's the best way I could describe it. It was just so enjoyable to just sit with every moment. There was no moment where I was like not engaged or bored.
Yeah, I can't think of a single second where I'm like, man,
I feel
I'm
like
bored.
yeah, right. There was just so much. It was so much. It was so much.
It was, yeah.
And while I'm pouring praise onto it, I feel like I should pull a couple things out.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the soundtrack hit as hard as the first one.
I felt like it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
I got to revisit the first one because I don't remember any.
I watched it the night before, so
Okay.
I have a pretty strong
Yep.
comparison. Oh shoot, I'm screaming.
Dude, why are you
Have I been thinking
screaming?
this entire episode?
I hope not.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, I didn't feel like, and it's mostly because that Sunflower song from the first one is like,
I bet if I heard it, I would remember it.
oh, you would.
I would.
Yeah. You know that song?
Nope, that didn't help me.
You don't know that song?
I gotta hear it.
It's Post Malone and who else is it? It's not Sway Lee. I
Sway
forget.
Lee.
Anyways, dude, you know that song.
I probably do.
I'm nailing it.
Then I clearly might not know it.
How can you
I
not?
messed up, but I thought the soundtrack was good. There were some good moments where it matched both the
Oh, for sure.
the tone and
It wasn't
everything,
bad. Just the first one had this like iconic vibe to it, like that.
Yeah.
Hello. What's Up Danger song.
Yep. That one
just-
I know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just like standout moments where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to that on the way home, and I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I had much of that in this movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not a big detractor or
Yeah.
anything, but it was just something. It was so prevalent in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and there are certain franchises where they put, like Guardians.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same with Guardians. I don't feel like any of the soundtracks have hit quite the same way as the first one.
Yeah.
did.
The
You
first
know?
one I still sing. Like
Yeah.
it fits so well with the
So
movie.
good, and I think it's partially we didn't know we were getting that. But the
Yes.
first time you meet Star Lord and he's dancing through that cave,
Yeah.
and I mean, you're just like, okay,
I'm in.
yeah. Oh man, I want to go back and watch the first Guardians. It's been a minute. So, what else about Across the Spider-Verse? I mean, I can't
just,
recommend it enough.
Yeah, it's got everything you want. It's got the references, it's got the comedy, it's got the
Yeah.
action. Like, and I'll say, I mean, the action in that was freaking
the action was incredible.
slaptastic.
And I do think I think what's so cool about these movies in particular is we've seen some really amazing things in live action adaptations or original stories, but like superhero / sci-fi type stuff. I think one thing that's so cool about this type of animation that we're seeing is specifically in the Spider-Verse movies and soon to be in the Turtles movie. Did you get
Yes.
the full new trailer?
yeah,
Dude, I'm so amped.
there's so much going on in that too.
A lot. And that's why, dude, if we get, like, if it's Spider-Verse level, I
Yeah.
just can't wait. But the coolest thing is I feel like this is what we do in our minds when we read comic books, and we're getting to actually see it. Like, the speed is, like, yeah, that's probably how fast Spider-Man would be moving.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's a lot of colors. It's a lot of stimulation, but I feel like it's what our brains would create reading Spider-Man and stuff as a kid.
Yep.
You'd be like, or now you're like filling in the blanks. You might be looking at a still shot, but you're like, yeah, I know he did a backflip off of that, and this all happened before that dude could even blink, and now it's all over.
Right.
But this feels like, okay, they actually put it on screen for you.
Especially because they move in that like comic book style.
Yes,
Like, which is a weird thing to call it that, but that's what it is.
No, but it is. Yeah, it's got
It's like,
like
stop motion ish.
yeah, stop motion. It's got like a pop art coloring
Yeah.
vibe to it. It's like very strange.
Yeah. And that, I mean, and we talked about the visuals, so I don't need to say too much about that, but it is like
Beautiful.
beautiful. It takes such crazy liberties with like how scenes are done, where you could just have them like talking, but instead you have like different panels and different
Right.
colors, and you just, it's crazy what they did with this.
And that's part of what blows my mind about it being as long as it is. Any animated movie is going to take years to produce.
Yes.
I can't imagine what some single frames in this movie with, like, you're talking about hundreds of characters
Yep.
in a shot that lasts for like a couple minutes.
Yep.
And
Specifically, I just read it today that the we see in the trailer all the Spider-Men chasing Miles.
Yeah.
That scene took 4 years to do. It took them 4 years to finish that sequence.
what?
Insane. So they're working on all the other scenes in that process, but that
course.
scene in general, which makes sense because holy balls, that scene's crazy.
It's unbelievable. And like, I think that's one thing I walked away with too, is there were like 3 or 4 times where I was like, oh, are we ending soon?
Yeah.
But it felt like the crescendo. Like,
Yes.
it felt like this is the climax.
Yeah.
But it just kept happening. And all the way up to the very end. And it's just so front to back. I cannot wait until, now it sucks we have to wait a year for the third one.
But isn't it awesome that it's only a year?
Yeah.
Like they could be 5 years.
That's
like,
true. I just so badly, I'm ready to sit down with a trilogy. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Especially like considering how does the first one lead into this one as well as you think the next one might? Because I felt like the first one had like didn't really feel cliffhangery.
No, it's more so like, there, now you're introduced to Miles. Like, now you get what's going on here.
Yeah.
Although I will say, when you pick up, no, it's pretty good. It's not like a clean handoff.
Yeah.
But it is very much like, okay, we're back. Like, when going from the first one to the second one, the intro sort of energy and the way they're describing what's happening
Yeah.
is very much like the same way that the first one starts.
Yeah.
So in that way, it is like, it's a perfect pairing. So it'll be different from 2 to 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just excited that it was as good as the first one. Maybe better in some aspects in the way that it was able to build. Like, it's one of those situations you can't have 2 without 1. But and 1 is still so brilliant, dude.
It's so awesome.
The twists and turns in that movie that I know are coming
Yeah.
still shake me a little bit. Like, because I know they're coming.
Yes.
And I'm like anticipating the feeling that I had initially, and it still gives it to me because of the soundtrack and the way that it's presented and that crazy animation style. Like,
Yep. It's so iconic, and I wonder what they'll use it for after the Spider trilogy's done.
Yeah.
They could do more Spider-Man movies too, but
Yeah.
did you play the Miles Morales game?
I did.
Yeah, you did. How do you compare the two story-wise?
That's a good question. The Spider-Verse movies feel like they just feel bigger,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
It feels like an event. Like, if I were going to compare it to comics, Miles Morales feels like the core story, and then Spider-Verse feels like the peripheral, like, event that happens every couple years.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean?
okay. Yeah.
So it's just bigger. There's more like, whoa, they did this. Oh, they did that. Like, whereas Miles, which I would say the same about the first Spider-Man game, it's just a straightforward, like, incredible story.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And the gameplay in those games is insane. But story-wise, it's like, it feels more, I guess it's wild to me how much they did in the first, and I'm so glad they did, but in the first Spider-Verse, it's not just an origin story. It's so much bigger.
So much. Yeah, because it's like, it's not only him as Spider-Man. You
Right.
have all the other Spider-Men in it, and yeah, it's like, it's so great.
Yeah. Dude, Jake Johnson, Peter Parker, he's just so good.
Yep.
And also Haley Steinfeld, which I didn't realize it was her, but she's Hawkeye also. She plays Gwen.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And there was another crossover I saw in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there was someone else in it that I was like, oh, they're another Marvel character. I can't remember, but movie rules Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah. It's
heavy keeper.
It's heavy keeper.
Heavy keeper.
The heaviest keeper we've kept.
Yeah. This is the other thing that I thought was funny. This other review that I read was like, this movie is not good.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd was full of everyone in the crowd was a man child cheering on every little thing that some 15-year-old did.
What?
And I'm like, yeah, man, like we're at a Spider-Man movie.
Right, like you're here to have fun and entertain. Like it doesn't matter the age of the character.
Right. And yeah, the 15-year-old you're talking about is Miles Morales. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, like in Lord of the Rings, like you see Frodo and all these young hobbits. Like I don't know how old Frodo is.
I thought you were gonna
actually.
say young hot, and then I couldn't wait until the rest of that.
Young hot adventurers. I actually don't know how old Frodo is, but they're youngish. I don't think they're 20.
What are they, just short? And you're like,
They're short, but they're also younger. I don't know, actually. Okay, but they look like kids, and they do things.
either way, it's a ridiculous notion.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's very.
That's the thing, and a lot of people have that mindset with animated stuff in general, that it's cartoons for kids.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart because they miss out on so many really good things.
Me too. And that's what made this particular review crazy to me. Is I'm like, you went to see the movie, like, and I don't remember if it was the same person, but someone else was like, the first movie was a masterpiece. This one's a mess.
Crazy.
And I'm like, I don't see. I'm not saying it's not possible, or even, everyone has their own opinions and everything. That's allowed, but some people are also wrong. But I don't see how you see the first one, love that, and then see this one and be like trash.
Yeah, what, like, it's more of what you love,
right?
Times 10.
Yeah,
like it's amplified.
It's wild. Highly recommend Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
see it in the theater.
Yes, see it in the theater. It'll probably be in there for a while with how good it's doing. So since we're still in movies, I just want to pull this up. Uncle Mike said Hard Target is definitely a keeper.
Yes,
and if you like rich hunting homeless people, check out Surviving the Game.
Surviving the Game. I knew there was. Thanks, Uncle Mike. You're the man.
Thank you.
I knew. Where did that come from?
Instagram.
Oh, our messages.
Yeah, sent a message. I saw it the other day and meant to respond, but I was like, we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Dude, I got on Instagram yesterday. And because I just haven't been on for a while. I've been off socials pretty heavy.
And I'm just terrible with it.
Dude, I hadn't responded. I had a message that was 2 months old.
Oh.
And I was like, I am so sorry.
Oh,
I haven't
no.
been on. Honestly, I think I don't want to blame it on anything because I'm just bad with social sometimes anyways. And I've just been trying to be on it less. But I do want to keep up with my messages. I keep up with so many people that way. Yeah, anyways, I guess that can be the end of that story. I looked at the date, like the timestamp, and I was like, good Lord, I'm the worst friend ever. I'm so sorry.
It happens, though. I mean, I get messages that are buried.
Yeah.
And I don't get to them for like a couple of weeks. Not 2 months, but usually the people will send a message if it's that important.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, are you alive?
This was like a response to a story I posted months ago. I got tagged in a bunch of stories by you and a couple other friends. I can't see them anymore. So I'm like, I hope it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like keep up stuff, I think.
So Uncle Mike, Surviving the Game.
Yeah.
I remembered when I was describing the plot of Hard Target, I was like, I know there's another movie that's like.
So what's Surviving the Game?
I think the whole, like, the rich people hunting the homeless was like a portion of the story in Hard Target. Like, I mean, it's a major plot point.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's all Surviving the Game. The whole movie is just like.
So you followed like one of the homeless people, I assume?
I don't remember, actually.
Yeah, I thought about it more with Hard Target. Still sleeper.
Wow.
Still a sleeper. I wanted it to be a keeper, and I was reflecting on what made me think it was a sleeper. And it's just like, it's not great, man.
It's amazing.
And I don't know why, because I enjoyed Double Dragon, and that was trash.
You enjoyed Double Dragon.
That was trash. There's no reason I enjoyed it.
Double Dragon you described as a long Power Rangers episode.
Yeah. Isn't Power Rangers great?
Yes, but how can you enjoy... Okay, that makes it even worse.
I know.
How can you go back and enjoy the 90s Power Rangers and you can't enjoy... Like, Hard Target is like Power Rangers, like, successful uncle. Like, I feel like Power Rangers action is like...
But it's too ridiculous. Like, there is a level of insanity that I can take.
How is it too ridiculous? Power Rangers
makes sense.
They're kicking like a monster shaped like an ice cream cone.
Yeah, but they're in but they're in a world where they're like, they have giant robots and all this crazy stuff. Hard Target is just some dude with a mullet.
Isn't that better?
It's stupid.
He's the guy Hard Target goes over to Power Rangers' house like once a month and is like, "How you been doing, kid?"
How's it going?
Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you how to kick a guy off a motorcycle.
I couldn't get into it, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
So if the world was more like sci-fi,
No, it would make it worse if it was sci-fi. Because
but that's what Power Rangers is. So
No,
why
I know.
does Power Rangers work?
it's because Power Rangers, I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Hard Target literally is just insanity.
It's a movie.
But I get it, but like even the most wacky, like Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting into with that.
Do you?
It's like stupid Goombas.
Which one?
Not the animated one, the old one.
That's what I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
the
about.
90s
How
one.
could you possibly?
I'm not saying
Okay.
it's better, but I'm saying like I had more fun with that because I expected a level of lunacy. Going to Hard Target, I thought it would just be like kind of serious, kind of like with cool action, and instead it was like
Just describing Hard Target.
it was a goofball cheese fest where like Mullet Johansson's like, I can talk, and then he kicks people.
I didn't talk. I think the kicking is supposed to be the highlight, not the talking.
I guess, but yeah, it's just so it just felt way too goofy.
It's so awesome.
It lost me. It just lost me. But I want to see others. I want to.
No, you're not allowed anymore.
I'm not
I'm
allowed
not to tell you what. movies.
I wanted to reflect because I don't know if I explained myself enough, but
Yeah.
it's not even going in with the expectation because there's some movies I see and I don't know nothing. I don't have any expectations.
Right.
But this takes what could be just like a cool, serious action movie.
Yeah.
And makes it into just a like nothing makes sense. The girl, she had no use halfway through the movie.
So sexy.
She shows up at the end. She's like, "I'm here," and like her whole story, like it's
She's
just
the reason he gets involved in.
he gets involved, but that's it. Then she
Well, you need a catalyst.
yeah, but why can't it be like his old partner got in trouble?
Oh, it's got to be a guy.
Partner could be anybody. Partner is unisex, Brett.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and she
The
could
way
be,
you said it.
yeah.
It felt like you were thinking.
Oh
of a
yeah,
guy.
is that? It was. I mean, it's true. I can't deny. I was like, well, because he's like a what was he, a Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
I don't know, some guy.
We don't know. That part's ambiguous. He was definitely on a ship at some point.
And threw some guy off.
And we don't even know if he was supposed to be there. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, does it make the movie better for you if at the end they reveal he was never actually serving in the military in any way, but he was a stowaway on a military ship? And the reason he got reprimanded is because they were like, who the hell is this guy?
He's not even real.
He wasn't like discharged from the
No,
Navy.
he's just like some drifter.
He was only homeless.
That's it.
The other guys are homeless ex-vets.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude's character is only a mullet
Yeah.
homeless guy.
He's like, these guys look cool. I'll hang out for a while.
But his kicks are hella cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard Target's great.
Hard Target.
Can't wait to wear my jacket.
Dude, I can't wait for you to wear it and everyone be like, that guy's wearing a jacket after a terrible movie.
You know what that's gonna get him?
what?
Roundhouse to the face.
I hope your kicking becomes better with that on.
I can't wait to wear my Bloodsport kickboxing shorts
Yeah.
with my Hard Target denim jacket.
Oh, you're the reason I understand why people get bullied now because of that. No, I don't. There's no
That
understanding
is
that.
honestly, that is something I would do in school that probably would have gotten me bullied.
It's
I got bullied for stuff like that because
That's
I would just be
crazy.
like, I'm wearing these. I don't
this
even
is
care.
it's I don't know. Is it cool now or is it not cool?
It depends.
It depends. You'll wear anything though. You'll make it cool. That's the thing. You got the ability to make it
That's
cool.
always the goal, but
Yeah.
it depends because I find there are still like, like nerd culture and movie culture and all that stuff has
Yeah.
definitely obviously had an uptick in allowance in social cultures. Like it's cool to a degree. You get around the right group of people who are like super into film or a certain niche or whatever. But then you still come across the people who are like, they're your age, but they're like, nah, man, I'm an adult now. And I'm like,
I don't watch Hard Target.
yeah, I'm like, bro, how do you not reminisce about, I don't know.
No. Life's
And,
all about
and that's fine too. What? Life's all about what?
just enjoying what you love.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But to answer your question about like if it's cool or not,
Yeah.
it really depends where you're at. Like, I
Because
feel
I
like
think anything's cool if you surround yourself with people who will also.
if
think
you're
it's
around
cool.
the right people.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time because I find that I'm actually like in a new group, I'm hunting for like, okay, what's the thing? Because
Yeah.
like we're relatively eclectic people, so I can typically find something that's like, okay, I'm into that.
Yep.
But that's what I'm hunting for, and I'm not always off the bat like, look at my Ninja Turtle sleeve, like
Check
you
it
don't
out.
know, like
Yeah.
I'm not like ashamed or embarrassed about it, but I have been looked at sideways for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like mentioning, but you hear one person be like, oh, did you hear about the new Alan Wake? And I'm like, oh.
It's like, I'm running.
Dude, we just become best friends. So it really depends. But I don't know who the Hard Target Jacket audience is, but I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, and you'll find them.
I'll just be outside.
Yeah, you
Just-
always got to have some pigeons with you.
Just watch. What?
That's a John Woo thing.
Oh, pigeons.
Always has pigeons in his movies.
Dude, I wish this jacket just had a pigeon like embroidered on it.
That would be sick.
Oh, now it would be cool.
Well, yeah, because
That
it
would
doesn't
make the
say hard
jacket
target.
cool. No, it also was gonna say hard.
Oh,
target.
is the pigeon like? Does it have a what is that called? A reticle on it? With the pigeon flying.
Pigeon is the hard target.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to kill.
Jean-Claude just roundhouses a pigeon.
Poor pigeons.
I know.
don't
And
deserve
you
it.
know it just goes and it just feathers everywhere.
Is that what happens when a bird gets shot? It explodes.
Yeah, all its organs, bones, and eyes and beak disappear, and
Yeah.
it becomes only feathers.
Just feathers.
Yeah. Dude, I almost ran over the tiniest chipmunk with
No.
my giant truck today.
Why?
I thought it was a piece of trash,
Yeah.
like in the road, and then it moved. And dude, my tire could not have been more than like 3 inches away from it, and it was fine.
Yep.
But bro,
Scary.
if I hit that thing,
Yep.
it would have been flat.
Aw,
Poor guy.
poor Chippy.
He's chilling though. He's fine.
He's good. All he needed was some Sonic music.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Hard target rules.
I can't believe we talked about it 2 weeks in a row.
You brought it.
It was. Well, Uncle Mike did. Let's blame him.
But then you had to bring up all you're like, I thought of more bad reasons why I don't like it.
I thought of my own reasons.
No, it's completely reasonable that it's
Yeah.
not your thing. But when you're talking about Power Rangers,
I know.
I'm like, wait a second. Yeah.
Hold on.
So cool, man.
Cool, man. I also saw Fast X.
Oh yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah. So you're a fan of the franchise.
Yes.
Would you say like, just keep watching them, or is this one like not as fun?
This one definitely falls lower in the ranks.
Really?
Because it really relies on building up story. This one's like, we know it's going to be 1,000 parts, or I don't even know how many they're going to be at this point, because this is supposed to be the final one.
Wait, this is the 10th movie,
Yeah.
and they're like building you up to what's coming?
Yeah, it feels like, I could be crazy, but it kind of feels like they're doing a trilogy. So the next one's going to be Fast X2 and Fast X3. Because this one, the whole movie is about building up the villain and
Wow.
where everybody is, and it's just all building up stuff.
Can I tell you my prediction?
Yes.
Okay, so for context, anyone who hasn't been made privy to the ridiculous naming conventions of the Fast and the Furious, just look that up. Look up the titles and just marvel at not a single one has followed the same rules as
Yep.
far as numbering. I feel like the next two are gonna be like Fast X squared, which doesn't make any sense. But I feel like that's
But
what
it's Fast
gonna be.
X2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then, but actually they won't do it again.
Fast X3.
Then it'll just be Fast X with 3, but it'll be like Roman numeral 3.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they
So
gotta.
it'll look like Fast 13.
They really. I don't know what they'll do for the next
I
name.
don't know either.
Fast. They did Fast 5, so they can't do Fast 11.
I hope the next one's actually Fast Dos Equis.
I like that.
Well, that's Fast 20, I
Yeah,
guess.
but it's okay.
2 X's.
You could do Fast. There was something in my head. Could do like Fast and the Furious 1,
Mm.
but make the F's ones each. make the F's
can't.
make the F's into one, so it's the one like Vavitch, where it's two
Oh,
V's,
yeah, okay.
but it's one for
But
Fast.
how do you make the
And the
how do you make a
Furious.
1 into an F?
You put the line, or you
In
do
the coconut?
in the coconut. You put the line in the coconut. Dude, I'm delirious. That's how you do it. Fast and the Furious.
So this movie sucks.
It's rough. It's got
Really?
some cool action.
Okay, I was gonna ask that.
I like John Cena.
John Cena.
Dun, 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 dun.
Does this have Aquaman in it?
It
Is
does.
he the villain?
He's the villain. Yeah, but he's fun.
Jason Momoa.
Yes. He's fun. A little I mean, it's his character is very eccentric. Like he does a lot of just goofy, like Joker-esque things. But he's not Joker, like not even close.
Interesting. Is it good or is he wear it strangely?
It's tough because he's a bunch of different characters and different things. It could have been played by someone I think more because he's like very fit, and I feel like it could work better for like a nerdy guy, like a nerdy or skinny type guy.
Yeah, I'm realizing I don't think I've seen him in much.
He's Aquaman.
I have seen him in that. Yeah.
He's bad. I know I've seen him in other things.
I don't know that I have. I think I've seen him in memes and Aquaman.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'm realizing like I don't really know what his acting chops are.
Yeah.
Like.
He was in Game of Thrones, but he was a much more serious character.
He's a much
serious. But yeah, it's got some cool callbacks for those who've seen all the other movies. Lots of cameos, it's got
cool.
Brie Larson is in it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
rules.
yeah, there's just a ton of people in it. I'm like, what the? How many? Yeah. Why are you in it? Like, I don't know. It's fun, but
people who like don't have a history in the series are showing up.
Yeah, just
I
like
feel like it's
cameos.
one of those things now. Like the Fast movies are just like an open house party.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like throughout the series, John Cena's in it.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot's in the earlier movies.
Oh.
They had, I mean, you name it. Jason Statham.
Yep.
The Rock. I mean, literally, like everybody who's anybody is.
The shark that played the Meg in the Jason Statham movie.
Yeah,
also appears.
It's one of the cars. Someone starts
he's just
riding
hovering on the track.
Yeah, he's just... Yep. Anybody you can think of. Sonic's in it somewhere.
Yep.
You got
anything that can run.
Yeah, I want to say Henry Cavill's in it. So many people are in it. It's crazy. Yeah.
Just pull everyone from the DCU.
Everybody.
Is it a Warner Brothers movie?
Universal. Yep.
You sound like one of those yeah.
What are those called? Rainmakers or something?
How long can we do that for?
Dude, I want to say we're an hour and 4 minutes into this podcast.
Holy bananas.
We have been in movies the entire podcast.
Yeah, we have. We got real stoked about Across the Spider-Verse.
We did. Which I'm not upset about.
Actually, another quick thing about Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, because you just mentioned Brie Larson. And I saw the trailer for the Marvels.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You haven't seen it?
No.
It looks pretty cool. It's sort of time jumpy multiversal.
Cool.
And just a credit to Across the Spider-Verse, I feel like I'm getting a little bit fatigued with multiverses because just everything's a crossover. And I love a crossover.
Yeah.
I think since the beginning of the Keep Up, I've been talking about how much I love crossovers. But the multiverse storyline is it's just too everywhere. And it's cool, but I didn't feel any fatigue from that while watching Across the Spider-Verse, which I feel like was a credit to the writing.
Yeah.
You know, because we have seen multiverses for the past years, from original stories like Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is incredible, to what the MCU's done and the DCU, like just it's everywhere. But it was so good. Fast X.
If you're a fan of the series Keeper, it's not good enough by itself.
Which are some of the movies? Like, would you say some of them are good enough standalone?
Yeah, so the first one I ever saw was Fast. Well, I did see Fast and Furious 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like way back in the day when they came out. Right. And then they all started coming out. And then the first one I ever saw was Hobbs and Shaw, which was a spin-off with Jason Statham and The Rock. So that was the first one I ever saw. Didn't know anything about the characters. Yeah. Lots of fun. That's what got me to go and watch the other ones.
Oh, I remember that actually.
So then I believe I jumped into Fast 4. I skipped Tokyo Drift.
It's pretty much a separate.
Yeah, it's its own thing. But it does eventually connect into Fast and the Furious 8 or 9.
They were like, now's the time.
Yeah, because everyone's like 40 years old now. In the movie, they're like 20.
Right.
But so it's really funny seeing them. So, but yeah, I started with 4. I jumped. I didn't even rewatch the first and second.
Yeah.
Which has been years. And then I went back and rewatched them because 4 connected to that. But yeah, it's like, it's really, there's a continuity. There are characters that are there from the beginning. Yeah. There are people who are good who become evil and evil who become good. And it's crazy. Like, it's a really It's a really complicated series. Now you may wonder why I laughed, but I won't tell you.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
funny.
it's crazy. It's a crazy series.
I've been watching too.
It offers way more than it has any right to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for this one. This one I felt like was one of the weaker, maybe the weakest in the series.
Dude, sucks for your 10th one to be the weakest. But I guess at that point you're allowed.
If you make 10 movies in a
Yeah.
series, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't like.
Well, I guess 11 with Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And yeah, I just like any movie. You try to tell someone to watch 10 movies in a series.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of another one that's had such success.
No.
Not being like James Bond or
Right.
or like
Just a little bit
Marvel
of a
stuff.
Different animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all connected and continuous. So
Yep.
worth it.
I have
as a
so
series.
many series that I need to watch. Like the new Indiana Jones is gonna come out.
Yeah.
I really want to go through and watch the Indiana Jones movies. What was the other one? Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen 1 through 3 in many years, and 3 was incredible.
Yes, 3's
Philip
really
Seymour
good.
Hoffman, like,
Yep.
dude, that movie blew my mind. And did you hear that? Speaking of Indiana Jones, Harrison
Yeah.
Ford's gonna be in the next Captain America movie.
Yeah. I saw a picture with him, like they announced a new title for it.
Yeah,
And it was him and Anthony Mackie just
Brave
like talking.
New World. I think.
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, maybe the best career in Hollywood history.
He's been everywhere.
like,
But I felt like he was old in The Force Awakens.
so me too. He's 81 now.
Yeah.
He looks really good in that picture.
He does.
Like, bro, if I look like him when I'm 81,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
he looked like how I imagined him looking like before Star Wars. Like he looked
right.
good.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. So, and just wild that Harrison Ford is going to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
And he should be, if he's going to be in a movie, it'd be the Captain America movie.
Oh yeah. I wonder who he's gonna be. Captain America 2.
Someone related to just another universe.
Yeah.
Just Indiana Jones. I think something related to the Thunderbolts.
Oh, he's not playing Ross, is he?
I don't know.
Someone had to take over for Ross because I believe the main actor died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah.
General Ross.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brain went to like an alien
Ah,
for some reason. You were saying like Ross.
Ross.
Like
Roswell.
Roz.
Ross.
And I
Ross.
was like, I don't know who that is.
No, General Ross.
General Ross.
Ross.
Yeah, I did know that he died.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Okay.
How many times can I say it?
I don't know.
So I don't know if we want to go into games, if we
Dude,
want to
what
call it here.
What do we do?
I could talk games, but it's not necessary.
Should we just record another episode?
Just we got more to talk about.
There's so much.
Oh,
So I feel like if we go into games, we're gonna break like 2 hours.
especially because Summer Games Fest just happened.
Right.
So I don't mind waiting a week.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just be late, but I don't think it matters per se.
Right.
Right.
Are you sure?
The only thing, we don't even have to go into video games, but a new Sonic game was announced today,
Really?
and I pooped my pants.
Oh, I feel like you
We-
do that a lot.
It's a chronic problem.
The last Frontiers just came out. I
Frontiers
feel like.
just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Sonic Superstars,
Wow.
and it is it's a new,
Do you want to just go into games for a little bit?
like it's 5 seconds.
All right.
Hi everybody. We have left you guys for far too long. Let's see. It's actually better have vodka in it for
No
that price.
kidding. I know.
I'm hungry for popcorn now, and I don't have any. No,
Ah.
Susie, get some popcorn. Again, it's been like an hour since you wrote this, so I apologize. Who wants to hear about the goof up Atlas West did on Insta? 2018 is when it
Yeah.
came out. So I posted a reveal for Persona 3 remake, but when I refreshed the page, it was gone. Oh my god. the
Oh,
internet.
no.
Yeah, because that's probably supposed to be announced Sunday for the Xbox
Ah.
thing. Yeah, they weren't supposed to show it early.
Yikers.
Whoops. Also, Persona 5 Tactics game is coming soon, but that post was also deleted. Wow. That's bad. I literally liked both of those posts too. Dude, you got to take screenshots.
And they're just gone.
Sunflower?
Sunflower. Mm-hmm. I'll play it right
Play it.
now.
Okay. Play it for like 10 seconds, then I'll get kicked off of Twitch.
Oh, right.
But 10 seconds, you're good. Good night, you guys. Have a great stream. Tao, thanks so much for being here for the podcast.
Ready?
Yep. Maybe I don't know it.
That's 8 seconds.
I don't think I know it.
You have to.
I have to.
Can I play the chorus now?
Yeah,
or...
play the chorus. Do it.
Or wait, I'll just get to the verse.
I definitely heard it, but
It's literally
not in my mind space.
in Into the Spider-Verse. You meet Miles and he's wearing headphones and singing the song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brent's like, wow. But yes, Tao, you have a great night. Again, you might be long gone because we were talking, but have a great night. And we're caught up.
Cool.
Skippy Bippy.
All right, tell me about the Sonic game.
Oh, so it's called Sonic Superstars,
Okay.
and it is a modern, new Sonic game, but in the classic 2D style. So like Mania, but it's 3D, kind of more based on like Sonic 4.
Okay.
But the characters are in their classic style. So Knuckles looks like he did on the Genesis, but again, 3D models, stuff like that. But the big takeaway from all of this, there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool new things. It's 4-player co-op. So all 4 characters can be on the screen at once, and it's not like how Tails was back in the day where Sonic ran off the screen and Tails would just die.
Yeah.
You're all on one screen together. And it tugs with whatever direction the characters go.
Whoa.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Now I am concerned about the speed, because if one character is sitting behind and one
thinking.
character's running,
Will it pull them?
yeah, I don't know. They didn't show it in the trailer how it works. So I don't know how it'll work. But
I mean, imagine you're probably just trying to keep up with each other.
yeah, because they all move at the same speed, and in the trailer they showed a lot of cool like co-op moments.
Yeah.
Where like there's one where Knuckles and Tails is flying up and Knuckles crawling up a wall, and Sonic's following Amy as she's hitting a bunch of blocks in front of him. Like
That is sick.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
So I was floored.
That rules.
I was floored. It was so cool.
I love that.
And they showed a bunch of other cool stuff, but that was the big thing that I was just like, I can't believe we're getting another Sonic game this year.
So it's this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
This year. And reflecting on the games that came out this year and are coming out, Spider-Man release date October 20th, Alan Wake October 17th, and then if you care, Assassin's Creed is also October.
Wow.
Bunch of games coming September. It's disgusting.
What's Assassin's Creed doing this time around?
Assassin's Creed's called Mirage, and they're going back to their roots, classic Assassin's Creed. But with some new elements from the newer games.
Cool.
But yeah, not as open world stuff like that.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
Sweet.
Seems cool.
That sounds great.
Yep.
I finished 2 games the other day.
What'd you finish?
I finished Alan Wake Remastered. It
Nice.
was incredible.
Still holds up?
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely great. If
Yep.
anyone hasn't played it and is interested in 2, you have plenty of time. It feels like a relatively quick play. It might be because I played it before and I also love it so much. But I feel like you get sucked in and it's so awesome. So yeah, I wrapped that up. And then I just wanted to talk about this quickly. I mentioned before I was playing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Yes.
And I love this game. I love it so much.
It's really good.
And I talked about it before, but the biggest thing, like one of my favorite things about this game is the enemies and the combat, because it feels really like weighted and real, and it's tense, and it doesn't vary a whole lot, but it's just like there's just enough tension for it to be stressful and really satisfying when you beat someone. So what this game does near the end of it, which I thought was so cool, it's not a spoiler, just kind of a mechanic thing, but they throw more enemies at you than you fought throughout the entire game all at once, but they kind of nerf all of them so they're not as hard to fight.
Yes.
Which is so cool because thematically, like with the story at that point, the game is based all around sort of like inner demons and psychosis, and you are this Celtic warrior who's going through this sort of trek trying to find some like mental liberation essentially, but it's all sort of personified and illustrated through her surroundings and this whole battle she's going through. And the culmination of it, sort of the climax of it, is when all these guys are attacking you, and because they brought their strength down a little bit, it's still stressful because of how many guys are there. But fighting them is so cool because you're just mowing these guys down, and once you get in a rhythm, it's one of those games where like you have to get in the rhythm of like a dodging and Are you gonna sneeze? Okay. Bless you.
It was like building up for like the past minute. And I was like, I just want it out of my
I'm
nose.
glad it was that, because anything else that would make you make that face just seemed dangerous. So yeah, I guess you could maybe compare it to like a Souls-like battle system where you really have to be in rhythm with dodging and blocking and
Yes.
parrying and things like that. But once you get in it, especially when you're surrounded, because that's the other thing is it's not like guys are just coming at you head on. They're just appearing behind you. But I really, really loved that. I can't really think of a time I've experienced that in a game where at the end they throw more at you, but they're weaker.
Yeah, so you enjoyed it being more of a what's the word? Like thematic situation,
Yes.
as opposed to it just being a hard trial. Because like a lot of games
Yes.
just end up being like a really tough trial at the end.
That's
You
right.
fight a boss and you get a cutscene, stuff like that.
Right.
But I see what you're saying. You like how it deals or is like part of the game.
Right.
And still it seems intense, but not nearly as difficult.
Yes, it's a different kind of intensity. Like you can still tell that you're at the climax, but it works with the narrative. It doesn't pull you out just to be like, okay, now here's your really hard thing right before the end of the game.
Right.
It's still difficult because typically throughout the game, like 3 guys is really difficult.
Yeah.
They're so
I remember
heavy
there's like 2 really big guys you fight.
and they have shields.
Yep.
And then
That
there's-
fight was hard.
Yes, and there's also there's like a dragon that you fight, like a bone
Yes,
dragon.
yeah.
That was sick.
That was really cool.
It's the visuals in this game are unbelievable.
Yeah.
The second one's going to be mind blowing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because it, like I said, I don't think it's something I've seen before. And you kind of get both because right before the last area, there is this bridge. So there's sort of an isolation element where you are fighting guys that are kind of the normal strength, and they do throw a lot of them at you. Like every time you kill one, 2 show up.
Yeah.
And so that part's really hard. But when the story's really at its climax, that's when they're like, okay, we're going to throw a ton of guys at you, but she's so determined at that point that feeling that like stress, but also mowing through these enemies it just works so well, and it just keeps things moving. And it's kind of like I think it's Nick who always says this about Uncharted. Like in Uncharted, there are collectibles that you can find, but it's like one thing. Like you can find artifacts, and that's pretty much it. They were smart enough to not interrupt. That's an action movie. Uncharted is an action movie.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're playing that game, I don't mean the actual movie. Now it's a movie. but
Right now, it's
I'm
really
saying playing Uncharted is meant to feel like an action movie. So it's like the pace of that game just goes and goes and goes, as it should. And this felt similar, where it's like the decision they made for the end really goes hand in hand with where you're at in the story. And the whole story is beautiful, and the game looks amazing. And I'm playing on an Xbox One. Like,
Yeah, it looked like mind blowing at the time.
yeah, that's so good. I can't wait for the second one. So now I got to start new games.
What are you looking at?
I did start Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool.
Yep.
Game's great, and that has me wanting to. Oh, I was gonna say after playing Senua, like I'm dying to watch some like Viking shows or something.
Oh yeah.
Because God, it's just so cool.
The whole universe. You can see The Northman. That's on
The
Amazon.
Northman, that's right.
Yep.
That's on Prime.
Yep.
And there is a Viking show on Netflix, but I think it's a spin-off of the show Vikings,
I think so.
which
yeah.
I've heard is great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I heard it's extra violent. Someone was like, it's really violent. And I was
My
like,
favorite.
"Well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm ready. If I'm gonna watch a Viking show, like, it
Oh
better
yeah.
be.
That's what Vikings do.
I need berserkers.
You could also play Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Oh yeah.
which is also Viking,
That's
or God
true.
of War, Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, I forgot I haven't played Ragnarok.
That's on PS4, I believe. Definitely PS5, of
Yeah,
course,
I think
but
so.
I don't know if they
Dude,
did
I gotta
it.
get a PS5. I'm not even gonna be able to play Silent Hill, I don't think.
I don't know if it's PlayStation exclusive yet. They haven't said.
No?
I don't think so.
But is it only gonna be next gen consoles?
Yeah, but you got Jazz has it, the Xbox. Because like Alan Wake, you can only play on next gen.
I know. I know.
Time to upgrade.
I know. I really want to.
Yep.
I'm thinking PlayStation.
I think that's
I
the
think
way to
that's
go.
the goal.
Mhm.
Because they have so many exclusives.
Yep. Xbox at the moment has like nothing.
Yeah.
Is very, very weak.
Yeah.
So hopefully after their show this Sunday, we'll see a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Gotta
I
wait.
don't know, dude. I don't know. All right, so I guess we'll save the rest for next week.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us. I forgot to say this stuff at the top of the show because I'm a sleepy baby, but you can follow us on all the socials at the Keep Up Podcast. That's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can get yourself some extra bonuses at patreon.com/the Keep Up. We love you guys. Thank you for being a part of that. That means a lot.
You're all amazing.
Tim, tell everybody where they can find you and all your stuff.
You guys can find me at Collection Revolution on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch. Just Collection Revolution all over the place. Or at Collect Revo.
There it is.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
And Brett, where can the good people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at This Drink I Like It. All one word, no punctuation. I know everything's one word on Instagram, but I just mean there's no underscores or periods. You know what I mean? This Drink I Like It. And there's a link tree on that profile. That's my personal profile, so you can follow me, say what's up. And yeah, in the link tree you can find my music and my other podcasts and my other music and what else? Streaming. All that stuff is there. Tim's gonna do what's called End Babble. Tim, your theme is apple juice that grows on a tree. And this has been episode number 248. We will see you guys next week. Thank you, love you, bye.
The fruit grows far beyond the reaches of man. Only the monkeys see these apple juice containers. In the tree they float by straw first, but as they grow, the little square rectangular tube that holds the golden liquid deep inside grows like a newborn baby. And the monkeys, they reach, they grasp, they hold upon their little monkey fingers the juice box known as Mott's Apple Juice. Not a sponsor. And these monkeys, they slurp upon the golden nectar to feel as strong as they ever could. And they drink, and then they all die, except for one. And his name was King Kong. And so I'll leave you with this. Make sure to have your fruit and vegetables, because you'll die or you'll become King Kong. So, might as well eat them and figure it out. Thank you.
Might as well eat them.
And figure it out. KJ, enjoy your BRBing. We are going to we're going to skedaddle out of here.
Skedaddle.
Brett, thank you as always for being here, for the podcast, for being my brother, for being
I have no choice in.
But at least you're here.
I'm here.
Sel, thanks for coming in and wiggling. I appreciate the wiggles.
Me?
No, there's Sel. Sel came in here. Brett, you could be Sel and wiggle. But yeah, we're gonna raid on out of here because I'm also sleepy.
Sleepy baby.
Well, not sleepy yet, but Sel, I hope you've been feeling better.
Feel better.
I hope your life has been good, and I apologize for raiding out, but we'll be back on tomorrow, fresh and newly born.
Fresh and newly born.
Yep, because we're drinking our apple juice. You're not sick anymore. Congratulations.
Yay.
Round of applause. All right, that's the end of my pause. But I'm glad you're feeling better.
Round of applause.
Yeah, round of applause.
Everybody goes silent.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I was thinking of like dog paws. Round of applause.
We gotta make that.
That's
Maybe we can introduce that next week.
That's a round of applause.
We have a round of applause.
A round of applause.
And then silence.
And then we just shut up. Batsy's on, and she's playing Katamari Damacy, not the new Katamari. Yeah, we're gonna raid it into Batsy.
It's Damachi. It's Italian.
No, you're.
Katamari
It's a Damacy.
I come on over mama house and get a nice plate. Katamari Damachi.
Oh goodness gracious!
Come on down and see mama. Get a nice plate. Katamari Damachi.
I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. Oh, but again, I appreciate everyone being here for the madness that was tonight's stream.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brett said thank you. You've been thanked. And yeah, we're just going to go have fun with Batsy. So until next time, brush your cleft. Bye.